I suppose a man should begin every story at the beginning. This isn't quite the beginning, but it's some people might ask, Strat, when did you become a conservative? Well, I was in fourth year of university, and I was as I'll talk about in another video, maybe university had kind of beaten the leftism out of me, and I'd gone in as a hardcore socialist, probably a Marxist, and just what I encountered there, my first love and my first commitment has always been to truth. That's the truth no matter what has been my motto since I was 6 years old. I'm 22 now, so the vast majority of my life I've always held truth above everything else. And just the inane stuff they said had beaten it out of me. I had really started to doubt it. I was on the ropes. Um, I wasn't all the way though. So I was reading Barack Obama's book, narrated by Barack Obama, and he said two things that, when taken together, just shocked me to my core, and it made me begin to reject the left forever. He said, I don't believe in legalism. Basically, I'm summarizing. Legalism being strict interpretation of established law, difficulty in changing laws, basically just the supreme rule of law. He didn't really agree with that. He complained about the Supreme Court. He said they shouldn't base it on established precedent and on that sort of thing. I think somewhere else he said the only criteria I think is matters for a judge is the depth of their empathy. So he rejects law, basically, or basing things on precedent. So so I go, okay, well, what else is there? And then later on he says, I reject the Republican belief that everything should be based on popular opinion. Now, I don't think the right has ever claimed things should be based on popular opinion. If there are people who do say it, I think they're wrong, regardless of whose side they're on. Sorry, guys. But he said he rejects popular opinion. So I go, okay, so you reject law, you reject popular opinion, what's left? To quote the great Mark Stein, there's can-do technocrats. No right, no left, no labels, just smart guys doing what smart guys do. So that was basically Obama's approach. He just said, I'm a smart guy, just trust me. Just let me run everything. I don't have to do what the people say. I don't have to do what the law says. Just let me. Just let smart guys go do it. Go get smart guys. And this shocked me, and it made me realize, hey, these guys say this kind of thing a lot. I mean, that's not good. I don't trust people. Most people I know are assholes. I mean, there's obviously lots of good people in the world. A lot of very saintly people who are better than me. But there's a maxim they have in one of my favorite book, Dune. Power doesn't corrupt, but it certainly attracts the corrupt. The kind of person who would seize and maintain power, even in a democratic system, tends to be a corrupt individual. I mean, there are a lot of good people in power, Ted Cruz, Reagan, but a lot of them are corrupt. I mean, even the people on my side are. I have no trouble admitting that. I have no trouble admitting that a lot of them are really slimy and they're just drawn by the ability to control others. So, yeah, that was Obama's philosophy, though. Give power to the people who want it and just let them run amok. And it just seemed counterintuitive to human nature. So I knew human nature. I wasn't a Christian then, but that's another story. I did believe in God, and I was a very, very strong believer in morality. I always have been. No, he seemed to be rejecting that. He seemed to be rejecting any idea of government based on law, morality, or on popular opinion. And he said, I am Caesar, do what I say. You can read his book. That's the vibe I got. Who knows, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was pretty clear. He said that kind of thing all kinds of times. So, it was at that point I realized I just had nothing in common with the left. I think that's what it comes down to. I fundamentally did not believe You can give power to masterminds and just expect them to do good. People are inherently flawed. You can't give them absolute power because they're maniacs. I mean, most people who would take power can't use it properly. They let pettiness get in their way and all that stuff. And the kind of people you would want in power can't wield it effectively. They're too weak. They cave too often. They're moral people, but they're just not. You occasionally get a strong moral person, but as soon as Augustus dies, you get Tiberius. And that's kind of my problem with what Obama was saying. So it was at that point when I was listening to that, I was walking down the street. It was my road to Damascus moment. I didn't have a vision of the Lord. Well, not yet at any rate. But that's when I became a conservative, reading Barack Obama's book.